Sawadee Cop. May the 30th. We made it. We made it through another month somehow, some way. Sometimes you wonder, right? How did I get here? How did I make it? We're survivors, that's how. Yeah. The world stands aside and makes room for the person who knows where he is going and is on his way. When you have a vision for what you wish to achieve in your life, not only will others stand aside and let you pass, but they will join you in your quest as well. They will instinctively recognize your enthusiasm and zest for living. I've got a zest for living. Yeah. When you speak of your passion in life, your definite major goal, they will see the intensity of your desire. Yes. And they will respond with encouragement and assistance, or they will stand aside. It will be apparent to all who know you that you will succeed. Yes. All right. So sometimes when you watch a TV show, even a good one with good writing, or a movie, you have to do what I call suspend disbelief, because the plot line, in order to make it work, sometimes when you're listening to a song, somebody will write, the words will be kind of awkward because the guy was trying to fit into his rhyming structure or tell part of his story. And, it's awkward word choice, right, in songs. If you even pay attention to lyrics, then you know what I'm talking about. So sometimes in movies, people will say something or do something where you say that's not normal behavior. That's not how I would act. That's not how anybody I know will act. Whatever. And you just got to suspend disbelief. They're putting these things in because it advances their plot. They're writing a screenplay or writing a script for a TV show, and they need to go in a certain direction, so things happen to make that happen. Somebody just happens to walk by when they're doing something. You know what I mean? So, yeah, he's trying to be positive, which is great. That's what we want to be too. We want to be positive. Also, we want to think positive. We want to fill our heads with positive thoughts. So I'm not going to put him down for that. But when's the last time in real life, people stood aside and let you pass and, recognized your that you will succeed, and even more, why I really kind of, just to be honest with you, which I am all the time, it doesn't matter really. You don't care what other people think. Yes, you're welcome to help if they do hop on board and on your train and help you get to where you want to go. Of course, you're grateful, but that you're going to do it no matter what. You're going to do it either way. So in the end, you really don't care. I'm a Jersey guy. I wanted to say you really don't give a shit, but that sounds harsh. But I'm from Jersey. You don't give a shit whether they recognize that you're going to succeed or recognize your greatness, or however the F you want to say it. Like, it doesn't matter. You're responsible for you at the end of the day. I'm a big believer in that, and usually so is Napoleon. So while you welcome others on your train, you're driving the train. And the train is going to go and not stop for somebody to go pee, or because they think it's the wrong train now, or they made a mistake, or they changed their mind. None of that matters. The train is moving forward. It's got to move forward, because otherwise those people that you thought were part of your team will do nothing but drag you down. If they all got a hole in the floor of the train and put their feet down and try to, they'll break their legs and ankles, number one, but number two, it slows you down, right? They're not on your train. They're actually going to try to stop you. So be careful who you let on your train, and by all means, the second that they, start to show that they're not really behind you, they were on board your train for different reasons, get them the fuck off. Kick them off. Hire a guy to do nothing but walk through and say, ticket. No, you got no ticket. Throw them out the fucking window. And once again, that sounds harsh, but when it comes to being a successful entrepreneur, sometimes you've got to not be nice. You can be a good person, and we want to help people. All that's true. I don't take back anything I said about giving and things like that, but there's a little bit of selfishness involved, and especially while you're working towards your goal, when you haven't reached your goal yet, there's got to be a little bit of selfishness to make sure that job number one gets done, which is achieving your goal. I hope that makes sense. So, like I said, I came off a little harsh, and I disagree with the people standing back and recognizing your greatness. If they do, who cares? Does that help you with your goal? No, it really doesn't. It doesn't matter what other people think about you. It really doesn't. And so I get what he's doing. He's bumping you up. He's saying, lo and behold, it's the great you. Everybody's going to stand aside when they see your fierce determination. Okay, great. I'll give them that. But what I'm saying to you, based on my experiences, is don't seek that. Don't need that. Don't care about that, because that's a byproduct of you being successful. And what we care about here, you and I, in this channel, is you being successful. That's the most important thing to me. It should be the most important thing to you. That's it. And if you're wondering why I'm so suave and debonair today, had a date yesterday. So I decided to hop back on the horse. It's been 3 months, right, since I broke up with my ex, who I was with for a year. And that's enough. It's enough time for me just to kind of recharge my batteries, clear my head, focus on my own life. Things are going pretty good. I sold both houses back in America, the last two, and waiting for the quarantine to lift here. Right now, if I were to travel to the south, the red zone where I want to buy the condos, I would have to stay 14 days quarantine, either down there or up here when I came back, and I don't want to deal with that bullshit right now. I'm waiting until the country internally is opened up. I don't know when it's going to open up for tourists, but yeah, I'm getting hot. I got the AC off, so I got to turn the fan on. Sorry if there's any noise. But yeah, I just don't want to deal with any kind of quarantine at all, which right now, because they had the third outbreak we talked about before, if I were to go down south, there'd be travel restrictions. Bangkok is kind of a hot spot, like New York City was a hot spot in America. Bangkok is a hot spot here. There's a lot more cases there than there are up here in Chiang Mai. We're orange zone, they're red zone, whatever. And right now, all the flights from Chiang Mai, there's limited flights because of the third lockdown, third wave. All the flights go to Bangkok, right? That's normal. And I want to go to what's called UTP, which is the Pattaya airport. Pattaya has its own small airport. Normally you can fly from Chiang Mai to Pattaya, but right now you can't. There's no flights whatsoever. I checked. So that sucks. So can't fly to Bangkok right now without the quarantine. I don't want to deal with that. Staying in a hotel for 14 days or, fucking 2,000 baht a night or 4,000 baht a night or some ridiculous number like that. I pay 8,000 baht a month for this place. Why the hell would I pay 4,000 baht a night for some hotel? It's owned by the friend of somebody in the government. I'm not going to play their game. It's bullshit. Hardly anybody's playing their game, which I'm happy about, because they just looked at it as a money grab, and they're not really getting a lot of money because people aren't doing it, and yay for people. So I'm not going to participate in that. I'm not going to encourage that kind of behavior. They're abusing their power, hooking their friends up, and that's bullshit. So I'm not going to do it. I'm going to wait till it's open and go down and look at a bunch of condos. I'll probably be a week down there, maybe two, because the one thing that Chiang Mai is missing that I love is the beach. And Thailand has lots and lots of beautiful beaches. So at some point next year, when I get my house up here, I am going to get a villa, as I mentioned, which was my original plan. So coming down to Chiang Mai in March was sort of getting back on track to what I had originally planned for everything. And I might wind up being what they call a snowbird in America, like people who used to live in the Northeast, New York, Boston, would come down to Florida for the winter when it was cold and brutal and snowing. Up at north, they would just lock up their house, turn off their water or whatever so their pipes don't freeze, and come down to Florida and enjoy winter in Florida, which is 80 degrees. And then they go back up north for the spring, summer. So I might do the same thing here. I might go down to the beach low season when there's not a lot of tourists, and then live up here in Chiang Mai during high season where there's still tourists but not as many down at the beach, because I do like the beach. I do like the islands. So, and that's, as I mentioned, one of the reasons I'm buying the investment condos is so I have a place when I want to get away. And, a weekend or a week could easily turn into a month or 2 months since I own the places. That's kind of the point. I like having that flexibility. And, I could spend a month in Phuket, a month in Pattaya, a month in Bangkok, 2 months, 3 months in Chiang Mai, whatever. Just kind of, roll and do what I want, roll as it goes. Especially when I get the car business set up with an assistant. When I get somebody who can help me sell the cars without me having to be there, I can buy a bunch of bikes and leave and pay somebody to help, make the transfers here and do the paperwork and all that crap. So it's coming along. We're rolling. But yeah, that's it for another day. I know. Okay, right. You guys ready? This is just for you. Total transformation. Yes. It's amazing what a $5 box of hair dye and contact lenses can do for a person. I look totally different. In the past, I used that for different reasons, but now I use it for dating because obviously you'd rather date this than the normal guy you see. Real quick story before I let you go for today. I was at a party and with a friend of mine, and she had been dating a guy who was older than us, like by 10 years. And I was talking to the guy. I had my gray hair. I had my glasses like you see me every day for the last year, And he was 63 at the time, and I was 52, 51, something like that, 10 years younger, basically 11 years. And I met him, and I was talking to him, and he were going back and forth, and he goes, "You're my age, right?" I'm like, fuck me. Bad enough I'm 53, to call it, 52, 53. That's old enough. But here's this 63-year-old dude thinking I'm 63. That's how bad with the gray hair and the glasses, Not only did I look my age, I looked older than my age. So this, I don't know. Maybe this puts me back to where I am. I'm 57, so maybe I look 57. Maybe I look 52, with the, I don't know, with the contacts and the beard, but I don't look 63 or 60. I don't look 67 like this. That much I know. I can't put a number on it, but it's not 10 years the wrong way, right? So, met a cool chick. She's a business owner. She speaks perfect English. She's really into health and Pilates and stuff like that, which told you my goal is to get down to 100 kilos. So she might be the right person to be in my life right now. And like I said, my goal when I got on the dating app was just to find a person, to be with. I'm not looking to get married. I'm not looking for a long-term relationship. I just wanted to, to be dating again. And fucking first date, it looks pretty good right now. We'll see what happens. I told her yesterday, and I said this to all my friends back home many, many times, giving them dating advice. On a first date, the only thing you should be trying to determine is, do you want to have a second date? Not, do I want to have babies with this person? Do I want to marry this person? Do they have everything? Do they check every box of a person I'm looking for? Blah, 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 blah. Do I want to go on a second date? That's it. That's all you need to determine on a first date. People get so crazy and carried away, and they put so much whatever on themselves. And the other thing for me, especially if you're like me and talk a lot, right? If people have ever said to you, you talk too much, right? Friends trying to help you out, be aware of it. And when you're on a date, purposely focus on asking questions and shutting up and listening. Best advice I can give you. Listen to them, ask some questions about themselves, even though your natural urge is to blah, 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 verbal diarrhea, right? Just spit up all over them and just tell them all about how great you are. If you're really great, they'll figure it out eventually. You don't need to say it. Just chill the fuck out, ask them questions about themselves, and actively listen, so you're not just like, wah, 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 just, oh, she's talking, she's happy. No, you've got to actively listen and ask questions based on the answers, right? That's it. It's really fucking simple, guys. It's not brain surgery, especially here, where, as I mentioned, the women are very polite and accommodating. So you, as a Farang, can walk up to any Thai girl and start a conversation. They'll be polite and talk back to you. Once again, that doesn't mean they're interested in you, but they will be polite and engage in conversation with you, right? That's just the Thai way. They're very polite people. So it's a lot easier to meet women here for single guys, and we'll see. How long is it going to go? Where is it going to go? Is there a future? I don't know. And really neither should you after one date. But I do know I want to see her again. So I invited her to the Farang buffet over at Gecko Garden tonight. And because she's healthy, she's like, no, I don't want to eat that heavy. I was like, it's a buffet. You can have 2 things if you want. But so she didn't accept the invite for tonight. I'm going to hook up with Sir Jeffrey. It's been a while since I've had lunch or dinner with Sir Jeffrey. And then she and I are going to go out either for Italian or Mediterranean Monday, either for lunch or dinner. So we already got that second date set up. And we'll see. And where's it going to go? I don't know. And kind of that's part of the fun too, right? Not knowing, isn't that part of the whatever, excitement of dating or whatever, the unknown? I think it is. So that's it for today. I was a little about the paragraph. Honestly, I don't care what other people think. I've said that many times, and I don't think you should care what other people think, because I think too many times that limits you, right? You spend too much emotional currency on what other people think about you. So it is what it is. And that's it. And tomorrow is the end of the month, and then we start June. Just rolling along. I can't wait to get down to Pattaya. I really, really am looking forward to that trip. I'm ready. I'm ready to travel. I got the bug. I'm just waiting on the government to cooperate.